Good morning. Um, there's no one here yet, so I'm gonna stall for a few minutes. Um, I am not awake. Um, how do I set up polls? Let's figure that out. Hi, Shudrift. Thanks for dropping in at all. I wonder how long these polls last. Okay. I'll just leave that up for a second. For a while. Oh, gosh. Hi, Akira. Let's see. They're not on this one. I'm just looking for references. Give me a moment. There they are. I'm gonna wait just a little longer to see if anyone else comes in. And then I'll get drawing whoever has won the poll. Or I'll just keep the poll going. I don't know. Like I said, I am not fully awake yet. And I'll just start. These three can also be kind of talked about together. So where we left off, no. In the timeline, my timeline is very important because it's jam-packed with things, with events. And it's good to keep a timeline. In my timeline, these guys are all born after what I call the Angel Massacre. So essentially, Angel Wish is gone. The next day, Mossy Glow goes to train the new apprentice or the new healer for Eclipse Clan, Spring Breeze. This is the design I have for her. This is not her canon design. Not anymore. So she trains Spring Breeze for 6 moons. In that time, a couple days after they leave, Mossy's sister, Lightning Berry, has Stormkit. This guy has Stormkit and his sister Ferret Kit. And after 6 moons, Mossy has trained. Let me start just at least doodling. Mossy has trained Spring Breeze and has come back to Sun Clan, and she is immediately given Stormpaw as an apprentice. He showed extreme prowess in medicine, and he showed a lot of interest in herbs, and his father, Nettlepool, felt that would be the right path. If that's what his son wanted to do, he'd make sure that that's what his son did. So, Mossy Glow is immediately saddled with another apprentice. Then, 2 moons later, during a gathering, it is announced. So, I forgot to mention this before. So, when Angel, Mossy, and Nettle were apprenticed, the clans began doing this thing where the morning of the half moon, the gifted cats would go to one clan and all try to connect and try to learn about that clan, just so the clans could connect better. That tradition was stopped after only one clan had a gifted cat in it. Um, but at this gathering, they have chosen to start it up again. And so essentially, Mossy Glow is saddled not only with her apprentice, but she must also train 3 more apprentices. Though she only sees them during the half moon for training, it's still a lot on her plate, and she is still not over the fact that essentially her mate is no longer here. So, give me a sec, gotta find the good picture. Hello. Oh, goodbye. Anyway, okay. No, never mind. So, where was I? Okay, so Mossy is essentially saddled with 3 more apprentices. We have, Fernpaw and Nightpaw of Moon Clan. Nightpaw had weird dreams, and Osprey Star decided that clearly meant that he was StarClan's next gifted. And Fernpaw showed a lot of interest in being a healer. She also showed a lot of interest in Nightpaw, but she showed a lot of interest in being a healer, and she's a very outspoken cat, so she essentially complained until they let her be a healer. And then in Eclipse Clan, we have Dovewater. Dovewater is the youngest of this group. At this point, she is pretty much 6 moons old. She's just been apprenticed. But she has shown that she is one of the gifted cats. And so, despite her father's wishes, her father, who is the leader, Kestrel Star did not want another one of his family members to be put in the position of healer, because he had already lost his daughter, Honeybee, to his niece, Angel Wish. But it was clear that Dovepaw had powers, and despite despite Spring Breeze being so young, she said she could handle it. She was sure she could handle everything. So, yeah. The second half of the story is essentially just Mossy Glow's stress arc. She is not having a good time through most of it. But she just lost her dear friend, and now she's got to deal with a bunch of children. And she's trying to keep her emotions as calm as possible because she knows that she could possibly fly off the handle and cause something bad. Hi, Dark Spots of Dark Clan. Anyway. So, on to talking, that is our timeline. That leads us up to these cats. And age-wise, Stormpaw is the oldest, and Dovepaw is the youngest. Fernpaw is like a couple days older than Dovepaw. She might be like a week or two older. Anyway. So, here we're drawing. His ears came out really big. Whatever, it's fine. We're drawing Stormpaw, or Storm Eyes. So, Stormpaw he's one of my few characters that I have given any kind of... Come on. Sorry, my pen is lagging. So, I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Anyway. Storm Eyes is the son of Lightningberry and Nettlepool. Had extremely closely to their first kit, Goose. What's her name? Goose Willow. Hi, Leo. Welcome. I'm just about to start talking about who I'm drawing. Yeah, so he has two sisters. The older Yeah, the older Goose Willow, who at this point would have just been, she was just given her warrior name as Storm Eyes was apprenticed. That's pretty cute. So, anyway, I lost my train of thought. I'm very much not awake yet. Okay. So, Storm Eyes, yeah, I talked about his parentage. I don't know how I got so off track in my own thoughts. From a young age, Storm Eyes showed an interest in medicine, and herbs, and he showed an incredible amount of knowledge. He remembered herbs extremely quickly, because Nettlepool, despite despising his role as a healer, he still had things ingrained in him, and he wanted all of his kits to have at least the most basic knowledge of herbs and medicine in case they needed it. And Lightning Berry agreed because, of course, her sister is the healer of Sun Clan. And it made the most sense for their family that their kits should know at least a bit about medicine. But Storm Kit showed an extreme amount of interest in it. And though most cats figured that, oh gosh, that this would be a good amount of tension between, let me end this poll. I forgot the poll was going. The cats assumed that there would be a good amount of tension between Stormkit's interests and Nettlepool, but Nettlepool was very very supportive. He was not thrilled that his son showed so much interest in being a healer at first, but he decided that if that's the path that Stormkit wanted to go, Nettle wasn't going to say no. Nettle was going to help him get there. He was not going to let Stormkit go into something that he did not enjoy. And whether that be medicine, or being a warrior, or something else, Nettlepool was going to help his son achieve it. And so, um, Nettlepool, or not Nettlepool, there's too many names, so excuse me. So, Stormpaw is apprenticed to Pale Whisper, technically. Pale Whisper was the senior healer for Sun Clan. And I say technically because at this time, Pale Whisper was very sick. And essentially, even though Mossy Glow specifically asked that Nettlepool not take any of the healing duties, Nettlepool essentially had to take over, as he was the only trained healer in the clan while Mossy Glow was away. And so, sadly, he has to present his son at StarClan's den, which, because, sorry, I'm trying to think of the right words. It's been a while since I played around with this plot point. Okay. I'm gonna start the whole sentence over. Stormpaw is technically apprenticed to Pale Whisper, but a few days into his apprenticeship, Pale Whisper succumbs to his sickness. Aw, see you, Leo. Sorry you can't stick around for the story. Anyway. Pale Whisper succumbs to his illness, and so when he succumbs to his illness, so Nettlepool is the one who has to bring Stormpaw to StarClan's den, which again is my version of the Moon Pool. Because Mossy Glow isn't around, and technically Nettlepool is the only trained healer in Sun Clan, even though he is no longer a healer. Because when he moved, he took on the role that he wanted to be at the beginning, which was a warrior. And at first, Mossy is upset because she specifically told Nettlepool to leave things to Pale Whisper, because, again, even though Nettlepool is no longer a healer, he has had it ingrained in him for so long that he is supposed to check on everyone and make sure no one is sick or injured, and to do something if they are. Um, he's still, at first, he still keeps with that routine, and he still does it subconsciously. Um, but so Mossy is at first upset, a little mad that Nettlepool is there because he is a warrior and he is no longer supposed to be around StarClan's den. But then she gets the sad news, and she still has to perform not one but two ceremonies. After learning of the passing of her mentor, who she was extremely close with. So Stormpaw is already apprenticed, or he is apprenticed, and he has already got a good amount of knowledge. He knows his herbs. He is not a difficult apprentice. Lucky for Mossy Glow. He knows his herbs. He knows on paper, quote unquote, what to do in certain situations. All he needs is the experience. So he's a very easy cat to mentor. Again, lucky for Mossy. And everything is fine and cool for 2 moons. And then the I have never thought of a good name. The Gifted Half Moon meetings start up again. And he meets Fernpaw, Nightpaw, and Dovepaw. And fun fact, he and Nightpaw are kin. I think technically Nightfeather is his half uncle? Yeah. Because Nightfeather is Nettlepool's half brother. Anyway, they're related. So, while those three are messing around with each other, Stormpaw just wants to get his job done. He is, I'll say it, he's meant to be autistic or autistic coded. I modeled him around my brother. Slightly, but either way, he just wants to get his stuff done. He does not exactly care about what everyone else is doing. He's also got to deal with the fact that his sister, Ferretpaw, is prone to getting hurt. So, yeah. He's focused on other things. And one thing that keeps coming in the way of him just doing his job is a warrior has started visiting the healer den quite often. And she keeps trying to help. Like, she wants to learn herbs, and Stormpaw just wants to get things done, and he wants to get as much stress off of Mossy's plate as possible. But this cat keeps coming in and causing more stress. This cat is Honeyfire. Is that what I named her? I forget. Please tell me her name is Honeyfire. And that I didn't just forget. Honey. Yes. I need to stop the story for just a second while I figure out what kind of berry I want to give this guy. He's a healer, so he does get some sort of healer's item. Um, maybe I'll give him wild blueberries. Though that might blend into his pelt too much. I had to sign these guys after I decided they should have, or before I decided they should have, specific accessories. So, I never decided. It's so hard to come up with 7 accessories that fit them tonally, personality-wise. You know what? This works. Let me just... Okay. Holly berries are a good suggestion. That I and that I forgot. One of them does have chosen berries, and that is Fernpaw, whose name becomes Fern Holly. Um, Let me find where. I think I'm gonna give this guy these low bush blueberries. Where was I then? He would probably. Even though you're not supposed to, or even though most healers wear the accessory somewhere on their head, I think for sensory reasons, and this is going purely off my sensory issues, I can't talk about my brother's. Based purely on my sensory issues, he probably would not wear them on his head. They'd get in the way. So I could see him wearing them like here. That looks a little weird, but maybe he would wear them on his head. Let me move these around a little. No, I think they work there. Maybe a little lower? No, that works. Anyway, where was I, story-wise? So, this cat keeps coming around. And suspiciously, they stop trying to help as soon as Mossy Glow gets up. But Stormpaw doesn't really care. He just wants to get his job done. Let me... He's also pretty sick of every time he's around Nightpaw, Dovepaw, and Fernpaw. Fernpaw is always trying to boss everyone around, and she's also overly interested in how close Dovepaw and Nightpaw are, and she won't stop telling Stormpaw about it, and he does not care. He couldn't care less. He, again, just wants to get his job done. He's also having a hard time getting his job done because he keeps overhearing. He has oh my god, my words. I should state, Stormpaw is not one of the gifted. He did not inherit. You can't inherit powers. It's literally a gift from StarClan. But he is not one of the gifted. But he does technically have a power, and that is the power of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. He is constantly accidentally overhearing people talk about things. He's overheard Mossy Glow and his father talking about an angel wish. He has no clue who that is, but he also doesn't care enough to ask. He's also overheard Mossy Glow, and he can just tell that she is not feeling right mentally, which is why he has unprompted tried to take as much stuff as he can into his own paws. It doesn't help that every once in a while he can feel a spike of her emotions physically. He does not like when that happens. But he deals with it. So all around him, he's just trying to deal. He also at one point overheard, he overhears these guys. He's just always in the worst positions to overhear things that he doesn't want to know. He doesn't want to know if his two friends are dating secretly. He doesn't want to know that his mentor is missing some cat that he has never heard of. He does not want to know that the weird warrior that keeps showing up has a crush on his mentor. He doesn't want to know any of this. He just wants to get his job done. And so, after he is named Storm Eyes, and once the plot of the second half starts moving, he is no longer able to do his job because now suddenly his family is getting kicked out of Sun Clan. And everyone's fighting, and it's just a lot. And when everyone else leaves, he debates staying. Just so he can continue on with his healing job. But he of course doesn't, because he knows he's gonna get kicked out anyway. Um, and let me just say, he only debates staying for his sense of routine, and not because he doesn't agree with what Mossy is saying. But nope, we're all on the run now. Routine ruined. Give me a moment. Whatever, my setup's being weird. Anyway, so after um he and his family leave Sun Clan, he doesn't do too much. Mossy Glow won't let him or he won't let him or the other young cats join in on plan discussions. Once Night Feather and his family join, he at least has someone to talk to, but it's mostly just Night Feather sobbing uncontrollably, because he feels like he got his family kicked out of the clan. Which he didn't. It was just Osprey Star being mean. Okay. I'm gonna check something quick. Um, okay, this is kind of scuffed, but at least I got it figured out. Let me just continue with this guy. How did I design him before? Let me see. Okay, he's always been a striped tabby. That works. I did a redesign of his sister not that long ago. No, I didn't. I lied. Okay. Let's continue on with. He's gonna have a stripe like his dad. He looks extremely like his dad. The only one of his siblings that don't look anything like anyone is Ferret Strike. She's not technically genetically accurate, but I don't really care. Let me think where I want to go next with the story while I'm waiting. Or while I'm thinking. I'm trying to say this as fluidly as possible, but this is about 5 years of story that I'm literally pulling out of my head. So, and that has gotten reworked time and time again. Anyway, where were we? So, Stormpaw is, or Storm Eyes at this point. He isn't allowed to join in on the adults planning. That's okay, Kira. I'm probably just gonna keep talking about the story. And of course, the stream will be up even after I'm done. So just come back to the hour mark and you can listen to the rest of the story. Anyway, so eventually it is decided by Um, okay. So, the younger cats aren't allowed in the group meeting. Only, Dove is. Bye. Thank you for watching, Akira. I appreciate it. Um, only Dove's allowed in because, she is one of the gifted. But she is eventually, uh, kicked out as the adults talk. Um, so the younger cats decide that they are going to go out and find, someone to help. They have all heard about the mysterious angel wish. No one will tell them who that is or why everyone's so scared of her. Um, but uh, Dove Water, who has the power, she is one of the gifted, and her power is essentially that she gets like deja vu. Um, but her power is not important to this. She met a cat, because they can all see spirits, who essentially said that they need angel wish. So the younger cats, who consist of, uh, Storm Eyes, uh, Night Feather, Dove Water, Ferret Strike, and, um, Goose Willow, who is older than the others but just wants to watch over her siblings. Um, they all go on the hunt for Angel Wish. They don't know where they're going, but Dovewater is pretty sure that StarClan's Den is not where they're going to find her. And they do eventually run into Angel Wish, who has, since her passing, just kind of been wandering around. Because she was pretty sure that StarClan was not going to choose a good fate for her. So she's just been wandering around with her ghost friend, Shadow Wish. I will talk more about Shadow Wish when I redesign her. Maybe that'll happen on Monday. So Shadow Wish has like triple the amount of story that these cats do. Because she's been around for a long time. Anyway, they find Angel. They convince her to come back and help. Oh no. I completely forgot. There is a reason they go after Angel, and it's not because of a prophecy or because someone tells Dovewater about it. I completely forgot. So scratch what I just said. Because my memory is that of a goldfish. In reality, the reason they know about Angel Wish is because once everyone gathers together as like the quote unquote exiled, um, Angel Wish, who has not been seen um, since she died, just shows up and it's like, "Hey guys, I've been here the whole time. What's going on?" And she and Mossy Glow get in a shouting match uh, because Mossy is extremely upset. She's upset that her girlfriend didn't come visit her in the, like, 12 moons she's been gone. And so Angel leaves, and then the young cats decide that they need to go find her again. And they eventually convince her to come back. And help. And they pretty much get the ball rolling on the climax, I suppose, of the story. Or the second half of the story. If I wrote this, it would have to be split up. It would either have to be split up into 2 books, or it would be a part 1 and part 2, because that's always how I think about it in my mind. Anyway. Give me a moment. Anyway. So they bring Angel back, and everyone comes up with a good plan. And then I don't know how much I want to talk about the final battle with someone more important. Because it's the big, like, climax of the story. I'm just not sure who that would be at this point. But that is essentially the story from Storm Eyes' perspective. They get the clans to stop fighting, and they win, I guess. I'll mess around with those later. That looks pretty cute though. Let me switch. I don't want them all touching each other. No, it's fine. Sure. But yeah. End of the story is that they get the war to stop, and they stop the war, and Storm Eyes lives happily until tragedy strikes for the sequel. But that, again, is for another day. Anyway, here he is! I'm very happy with this redesign. He doesn't look anything like his old designs, which I'm very happy about, actually. He's a little fluffier than I meant him to be, but he's always been extra fluffy. I'll make his mom fluffier. Or there's some fluff genes in there, I don't know. Either way. Here is Storm Eyes in all his glory. As I said, I'm very happy with this design, and this looks pretty close to what he looks like in my head. So with that, I'm going to end stream. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on Monday. Yeah, bye.